not that it's uncool. Okay, I'm not saying like you're nothing to brag about. Oh my god. Okay, I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying it like maybe it's nothing to brag about. Like I can actually mention my friends, and even though they might not even like me back, or they, yeah, even though they might not like me back, um, I can like, well, I think they like me back, really, and I can say it. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. It's not actually cool to brag. Like, yeah, I have a friend and they like me. But but if you think along the lines of everyone's on the superhighway, no one knows who they are. Everyone's pretending to be someone they're not. Uh, Maybe most people don't have any friends. I feel like the crypt keeper over here. Like maybe most people don't have any friends. You should come with me and come to my lair. And okay, I don't mean to be salesman-y here. I'm not trying to captivate you with any sort of trickery here. And if I do, you'll have to forgive me. It must be some leftover haze. But what if it's true that most people don't actually have a friend ever? What if it's really true? What if the friends I just mentioned who are online are more real friends than the majority of the people watching me? You know? What if most people can't really say they have a single friend, even their anyone, even a single person? Like there's a line in Jeff Buckley. He's like, sometimes a man must wait to learn that really he has no one. What if that's really true for most people? Not anyone, not anyone. Not family, not even a pet, just no one. No one, no one. Have you ever felt like that? Have you ever felt like that? And then after that point, felt like you had a friend? Have you ever felt like no one could ever betray you ever again? Because you're so much in your own self now that, as it would sound jaded to someone else, that you just never let anyone in. Is that silly? Is that broken? To not let someone in, is that broken? Is that inferior? Is that what trauma is? Could you argue that trauma is when you can't not let someone in? Or when you let someone in? When you let someone co-manage yourself? Could that be dependency? When you let someone in, could that be dependency? And once you can't let anyone in anymore, because too much has went wrong, you've been turned off, it would make no sense. The thing you dreamt of for so long, you let someone in. It simply makes no sense. You would never let someone in. Let them in where? You're already there. You're already there. Where were you? Where do you go when you let someone in? I mean, you want to get serious about it, don't you? Well, then really gets like, what do you mean? Because you might be doing something mental that's totally normal. It might be totally fucking insane, but it might be totally normal. Like, you're gonna let them in. Now, arguably, yeah, I can see the non-insane version of that. You let someone in, you trust someone, you're feeling kind of like you're not much, and someone else sees you like you're the world, and then you feel like you're the world too. Have you ever had that? Someone just gives birth to you. They don't even transform you. They invent you. Until someone else loves you, you don't even love anything. You don't even know what love is until someone loves you. Have you ever had that point? And then after that point, no one could get in anymore. No one can get inside of you like how they used to. And is that traumatized when no one can enter in your personal space like how like how they used to? Does that mean that you're traumatized? Uh yeah, I don't know. Probably to really tell if someone's traumatized, you'd need to see their thoughts while they're having sex. You'd probably need to see their thoughts while they're having sex. If you really wanted to know if someone's traumatized, if there's some, maybe you close some doors and then after a while something pops up and you think, "Oh yeah, that's why would I want to do that with you? Oh my god, I guess that would make me feel like someone. You did kind of devalidate me. That would kind of make me feel like someone. Would kind of make me feel like someone. I think what the deal is with these uh ka la 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 people. uh, I think. Do you even want to talk about them? I don't. I don't want to talk about them. I don't want to talk about them. How did I get on the topic? Do you think? Do you think? What do you? Do you think? Do you like thinking? I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm a little excited to be here. I am in fact talking to my favorite people. And there are even more people who might be watching too. And then have you ever felt like you're like you're the manager and like your subordinates are very happy that you're around. They're misguided and undecided and they need you. Oh my god, they need you. They're misguided and undecided. They need someone or else nothing gets done. And do you ever thank them? Do you ever say, I really needed to feel like a manager, and watching you fuck up was like the thing I needed the most. Like I needed it so bad. Like I needed that so bad. And then have you ever gotten a massage? It's like the feeling of touch. It's so beautiful. Okay, it's so beautiful. And there's so many layers. Like it affects your psyche. Does it? Am I lying? Like does it affect your psyche? Like to not be touched, it like affects your psyche, you know? I mean, everything about this whole system, it's a big rape scheme. That's how I see it. That's how I really see it. And I don't just mean we rape the trees, we rape the earth. No, I mean literal, like they're like, okay, we got to entrap people into crimes, get them to prison where we can rape them. Like it's like that. It's like, there's some guy with immense power and he's in prison and he's waiting to rape someone. He's like, okay, we got to entrap this person into a crime so we could get them in here. I feel like they're dogs. Like they're like hungry junkyard dogs looking for flesh. And I honestly feel like outside of them, there is no crime. I honestly feel like the government is being out evolved by humanity, and humanity is doing fine. Humanity is not killing and raping each other and stealing each other's stuff, and the government is stepping in to do all that stuff. And when there's no crimes, the government manufactures the crimes. And when there's no crimes, the government creates them. Now, some people would say disband the government and people will just follow whoever is the strongest bonehead in their local group, because most people are followers, and they'll follow total idiots who are just as Neanderthalic as the government. And if you completely wiped out the government, the same thing would form right back up again, because it's just in the nature of people. They just want to follow whoever the biggest brute is, and that happens to be probably someone who's pretty dumb, pretty territorial, pretty instinctual, doesn't really. And yes, I am high. Yeah, that's kind of a 2 steps back. Like I'm aware of that. Okay, but I'm also doing a lot of good things too, and I've not let go of those. So I'm on my day 5 of my goals, actually. Hey, guess what? I'm back, and I didn't say anything. I'm on day 5. Oops. I'm on level 90. Yeah, I'm on level 90. And what do you do when no one else is on level 90? What if that's the heart-to-heart we're having over here? What if we're at the top? I don't know. I wrote some poetry about it. Maybe that will help. It goes a little something like this. I go down to see my friend Kip. He broke his hip during a ski trip. I try to cheer him up. I send him a funny clip of some dog barking at a ship. And it's a little stressful, so I dip, go on down to the club to watch some women strip. I order a drink, I tip. And, I get some messy wings, put on a bib. And, you don't want to stress it when you're rhyming because you might bite your lip. And then, that'll sink your whole ship. Or something like my friend Bip used to say. Thank you very much. I'll be here all week. Thank you. Thank you very much. I mean, I feel like these people, maybe they're the majority. Like probably they're the majority. And they're nowhere. They're they don't have community. They don't have personality. They don't have integrity. Like they don't have unity. Like who they appear to be isn't who they are. Who they are, they have no idea, and who they appear to be is just pretending. And that might be like most people. That might be like most people. And by the time you realize it, obviously you'll have 1,000 scars from those people already. It won't be like, oh my God, most people? Oh wow. Oh no. It's, man, what a shocking betrayal. By the time you can actually come to terms with it, you'll probably be like, yeah, I felt like that the whole time. I actually always felt kind of alone. And like there was this group thing and they were all bullying me and all attacking me. But there's some very strange thing about it. And it's hard to talk about anything that's true when your whole life is ripped apart. It's hard to have like anything that you value, like you want to share something, but it's like, well, that's just not, it's just meaningless anyway. Everything is just dust. Everything is just rotten. That's kind of what they do. They kind of want to ruin everything. It's pretty sad. They kind of want to ruin anything that you got going on. And they want you to be suffering, and they want you to believe that you're bad. And but here's the really weird thing. They actually believe it. But they have to believe it in a group, and they can't let anyone argue against them. They have to believe it in a group where the group does acts of violence, and they have to not let anyone who they attack talk back. But they actually believe they actually believe it. But why do they got to do the violent thing? Like, why does, for something to have to be true, there has to be violence and no talking about it aloud? Like, isn't that just like, it's so beneath, it's so base, it's so absolutely slug, it's so fucking slug, like fish mentality, like the mentality of a fish, like it's so based, so like, well, okay, it's not based, it's debased. It's so basic. I mean, it's so base. Okay, this is one of those moments where I need to remember to explain things so that the audience can understand too. It's so high society, as it appears, that you could never expect that it's so debased, that it's so base. It's so, the refinement, because they've hijacked it. The refinement is not based. The refinement is like the art, the beautiful art, the wonderful poetry that'll move you to tears. But they don't own it. The base people have hijacked it all the beautiful science, the things that are so beautiful, the things that are very based, the things that are refined, things that are higher than sex, things that have gone a lot higher than just eating and sex, but beautiful art and poetry and music and things that make you inspired, things that are even better, higher than your animalistic carnal desire. The people who are so based that they literally stand around with spears and go, oh, go, 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 go. And they're like, they're punching themselves in the dick, and they're like, go, 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 go. And they're just punching themselves till they fucking like pass out or something. Those are the people who have stolen all the technology, all like the poetry, like all the beautiful things in life, the music. They've stolen it all, and it's like, you think that because that they have access to that they're these high-minded people, but they're actually just like stabbing people with a fucking spear in the jungle and like masturbating to the god and saying, okay, now you're going to give us god cum for our crops. Like the person who drives by and they give you their terrorist honking, that person couldn't invent a car. That person would never invent a car. And it is that simple. If you go down in history, the people who are usurping it and who are nasty and bullies, they're never the people who invent the airplane. They never invent something beautiful, whatever it is. They're just the people who are usurping it, who are hijacking it. And you don't even see that they've usurped it because you've been born into it. They usurped it before you were born. They've been usurping it for generations. They've been usurping it forever, it seems like. And I hate to put a damper on things and say it's been like this forever. maybe that's not true. Maybe it's just an opinion. But it seems like everything's been fucked forever. Because what's my proof? If you don't figure it out in one lifetime, you're never going to figure it out. I've already figured it out. I'm only in my 30s. Most people aren't figuring it out. I don't think anyone ever figures it out. I think if you figure it out, you're a very small percentage of the people. What is there to figure out? That you're your own light. That's the only thing to figure out. That you're the only one who has your back. That you're fucking searching for something and it's already, something's gone wrong that you're even searching. You're already the thing you're searching for. And as long as you're searching for what you already are, you're going to be disconnected from yourself, and everyone is. I want to do some stretching. And I just did. Okay, well, maybe we don't have much else to talk about. I'll try putting on a different song. Maybe that'll help. Get the creative, hypnotic trance of some song. I'll ride the waves of that song. Use it as my muse. So I definitely feel bad. I definitely feel bad when I don't do my chores, as Lewis would say to Maud. You know, my chores are basically like to remember my own responsibility, which I don't really like doing, but I have to, because if I don't, then I get a different kind of pain that's actually worse. So it's not really the most jolly of scenes over here. But when I go down to a certain level of hitting bottom, then I have to start taking care of myself more, better self-care habits. And that's basically because I feel responsible to, like, my friends, who are basically the people I mentioned. And maybe that's not something to brag about. Like, okay, hello everyone. Hello to a few people. I don't want to embarrass any of you by saying your name first. So, in no particular order, hello to the guy with the Fallout video game logo. Pretty sure you're real. 70% sure you're real. Hello to the guy with the red background, animated, kind of like Queens of the Stone Age. Oh, you know what? It's too loud. Okay, hold on. Okay, it was too loud there, too loud. We got it back to regular. So, hello to, I'm just gonna say the guy with the red background with the, you know, the thing, the crucifix. Not sure what that's all about. Of all the things to focus on, not sure what a crucifix would be. But whatever, I get good vibes from you. Okay, I got above 70% that you're real. So, you know, I'm talking to you. Hello. Thank you for joining, in my complete trauma here. I sometimes have these Maud sort of moments. Maud is this retarded woman in a movie with Ethan Hawke. And Ethan Hawke is a simpleton. And of course, he's going to have sex with Maud. But when Maud says, we're cozy in here, she's his hired help. She, cleans the floors and whatnot for the simpleton, Ethan Hawke. And his friend comes over and says, oh, you got yourself a love slave? What is this? And he says, no, she just cleans the floors. And then she says, it's awfully cozy between the two of us. And he goes up and he slaps her in the face. But then he's going to sleep with her eventually. And so he's pushing her across the scenery. And she's, at first she's trying to catch up. And then she has a wagon that she like helps him because he sells wood. He loads wood on his wagon. And then he's pushing her on the wagon. And they're all alone out there in the boonies. And she got kicked out of her house. Her mom says, you go, you can't afford to leave because you're never coming back. And she's like, yeah, I'm leaving. I'm with my new man. But then she gets to her new man's house. And he's just like, you fucking dog. Fuck you, you dog. Go on the floor, you fucking dog. She's trying to paint, And so this rich New York woman comes and she sees her paintings. She sees Maud's paintings. And she's like, I have to have your paintings. I'll give you $5. And that's like way more than, Ethan Hawke makes. And, you have this moment where the kids all throw stones at Maud. And Maud's had a baby who died. They killed her baby while she was sleeping. It came out retarded or something. I don't know, but Maud's been through a lot. And, it tugs at Ethan Hawke's heartstrings when the kids are throwing rocks at Maud. He goes and helps her. And so as a TI, I'm relating with Maud, and I'm thinking, they're all throwing rocks at me, and I'm really shit out of luck. Okay, I'm really shit out of luck over here. And then I see this scene with Maud and Ethan Hawke, and he's pushing her. He understands her. He's also a simpleton. He also has been cheated by people, but he doesn't cheat people. He's honest as the day is long. And he cares for her. He understands what it's like to have no one. So he's not sympathetic, but he understands. He's harsh. He's hard as a rock. He's hard as a rock. But he understands. And so like right as I'm watching this movie and I'm feeling the aloneness. I have like, who are the people who I could talk to? There's Marina. There's Elle. There's those two guys, so I don't know their names. There's Hannah. There's the Futurama guy. There might be a Homer Simpson guy. I mean, I got like a handful of people I might be talking to over here. But, for me, and I am high. Okay, so if I start crying, just remember I'm high. But for me, I'm kind of like Maud. It's kind of embarrassing, like to list all the people you're talking to, and there might not be that many, and they might all be your enemies. But I don't think so. I mean, I'm willing to risk it. I'm willing to say it. Not that it's a big deal, It's not that it's a big deal. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to try to be a good host here and not just zone off into being too high. I'm going to try to convey my feelings with words, which is sometimes difficult because sometimes I actually probably would be crying and I want to be a good host. So, sometimes it's so sick what these illegitimate people are doing to us. with their illegitimate crimes. They don't even have the guts to fucking execute you in the street with a gun where everyone can see. They just have their sneaky fucking bullshit. And on one hand, you can't even take them seriously on any level. And they're where the whole world is going. So what? And is that even true? Is the whole world with them? Is that kind of what it is? Like, let me just get a new song here. Like, let me just bring my veganism into this. Do you think that the world is going to become vegan? Okay, do you think the world... Okay, so the answer is no. Do you think the world knows that you don't need animal products for health? Okay, if you're watching this, you're one of my people. Okay, I'm Maud, I'm talking to you. You just gave me a black eye. I'm Maud. I'm going to tell you, if you think that people believe that they need animal products for health, you'd be incorrect. Now, maybe that's cynical. Do I have the proof? No, that's my opinion. Maybe most people are in on it on gang stalking. Just the way that you wouldn't really care about the animal. You don't want to see it. You love the animal, but just hire some goon to slaughter get it on the table. I want the gravy and I want all the fixins, okay? You know, do they really care? No, they don't. Why do they say they care? If they really don't care, why do they say they care? Are they really jumping through all those hoops just for their own delusion? Yeah, they live in denial. And could it be the same with gang stalking? This is a theory I've thought of, and I've never talked about this. Could it be that most people are gang stalkers, and they all just pretend like it's not happening, as just a delusion? Most people are delusional. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to deal with my feelings right now because I've been harassed and threatened today. Especially after having some sentimental moments. And it's weird when you're processing things, like you're watching Maud on this movie and you're crying, and then you get a death threat. And you're like, whoa, but I thought I was having a sensitive moment between me and God, and how could this just get interrupted by something so flimsy, by some hodgepodge terrorist, by some gross terrorist, by some disgusting fucking gross idiot, some cowardly weasel who can't even talk to me, who can't even lay into me, who can't even attack me, who can't even defame me or say anything to me. They just sneak around like some jerk, some creep. And I'm supposed to be having a sentimental moment over here. And suddenly, this is not a good thing. Suddenly my emotions are all tensed up and hardened up, and I'm not healing anymore. I'm trying to be a good friend too. Okay, I'm gonna focus on my good qualities, please. If you would give me a moment, focus on my good qualities. Good posture, stick with itness to the videos, cleaning the lens, getting a good microphone set up, learning that from scratch, you know. A lot of people don't have that down. What else do we have to focus on about me? That's good. Oh yeah, because I've been feeling down a little bit. I've been feeling bad. I need this. So what I'm really doing is I'm taking care of myself so that I could be a better friend. And I figure a lot of people don't have any real friends. And if I could think of some more people who I like too that I didn't mention in this video. So, anyway, the thing I'm doing is I'm just taking care of myself. I've been doing that for 5 days. Really go beyond their instincts. And when you have people who are capable of building nukes, who are operating on their instincts, clearly something has happened. Now, this camera's about to die, but whatever. I have 5 minutes left. Listening to Max Cooper. I once wrote a comment on Max Cooper's YouTube channel saying I would wear a Max Cooper shirt, but only in my own house. Because his music sucks that bad, but I like it that much too. Sometimes nothing does it like a Max Cooper song, I have to say. And I really believe it's some kind of sexual fetish they have. They believe that you're some kind of criminal because that turns them on. That's really what it is. It's just, and they're just making a movie. They're like, yeah, let's just film it, make believe, film it. We like movies in every other capacity. We like fiction in every other capacity. So why don't we like it when we'll just, gang stalk someone? Just write a fiction around them and we'll believe it because that's what we like to do. And it's so base. It's too base. You can't think that the CEO and